Did you see any of the Jeff Bezos, Lex Friedman podcast? I saw clips. I want to watch the full thing. I got a love-hate with Jeff Bezos ever since I read his book and since I worked for him, I guess. He does some things right. He's just a weird person. He's quirky. He's kooky. I like him more than Elon Musk, I'll be honest with you. I think he's more of a serious person. Especially after my dad worked for Amazon and I really got like the hands on of just how shitty it is to work there, like at warehouses. I can't support it anyway, but like if you can learn things from people you don't support. Lex Friedman, Resident Sleeper. I'm not a Lex Friedman hater, but I do have a tough time getting it. Like, for example, a lot of people say they don't get why Pete Davidson has sex with all these famous celebrities. Like, what do they see in him? I see it. Okay, Pete Davidson's funny. Apparently he's got a huge schlong. He's got a good energy. I get that. I don't get Lex Friedman. Lex gets the guests that Joe Rogan can't. That's a small list. Joe Rogan gets everybody, right? I guess like Obama. And I guess Jeff Bezos probably wouldn't do Rogan. Bernie did Rogan. Biden ain't going on Rogan. No, I don't think Joe Biden's going on Rogan. I did see. There was like Joe Rogan was talking about Biden saying that, in the Civil War, we took over their airports. Lincoln took over the airports, and Joe Rogan was like, God, that's so dumb. Like, at some point you gotta just pull the plug. And then his his assistant or whatever was like, so I looked into it, and Biden was quoting Trump mockingly. I guess he misspoke. That's what he said. Yeah, they're just both so fucking old. Obvious take, but I just think it's insane that we have 350 million people and we're back to back getting these two. I think that's crazy. There's just probably some person working a fucking mid-level manager job somewhere that would be the fucking best president. Just, they're kind, patriotic, they work well with others. A nice person would get emotionally crushed by the job. Maybe. They do have to make tough choices. I do think that FDR is probably not altogether a nice person. I think he was a good and noble person overall for I think he made millions of lives better, but I don't think they're nice. So maybe nice is the wrong word, but yeah, I mean, Carter was pretty nice, right? And it didn't work out well at all. Carter's like a super nice person. Carter's like one of the greatest people that's ever been president, but he wasn't a great president. Can anyone really run for president? I think you have to get signatures or whatever, but yeah, like anyone can, right? That's the idea. Realistically, you have to win in the party and you have to be a Democrat or Republican. Truman was definitely an asshole. Yeah, I mean, he dropped 2 nukes, bro. He ain't exactly Mr. Sunshine and Rainbows. You have to be old and out of touch. I don't agree with that. I don't think historically every president was old and out of touch. It's like a recent addition. Our leadership in America has gotten significantly older in both Congress and the presidency. This contest, if it is Biden-Trump, is the 2 oldest candidates. Obama was pretty young, yeah. And to me, even when I was young, I thought this was crazy. Even when I was a little kid and I was living on a military base and everybody said, Bush for president, George Bush is gonna be great. Even as a little kid, I thought it was weird that like he's president and his dad was president. Isn't that like what kings do? Isn't that like England? I remember thinking that. I remember thinking like, wait, isn't that what fucking kings? We're not England. we don't have kings. Why would you ever have a president who's related to a previous president? Like the odds shouldn't be there. I think that's crazy. I think there should be no political dynasties in a democracy. Like Bill and Hillary, same thing. Like we should be able to move outside of these fucking political families. It feels so odd. Like it should be different people every time. Dynasties belong in basketball. I see what you're saying. LeBron James for president. LeGoat, okay? In the White House. I love what you're saying. He's read every book. He'll be great. He knows what's going on. He can predict the future with 100% accuracy. Nuke coming, blocked by James. North Korea tries to nuke us. Boom! Right into the fucking Atlantic, dude. Yes! That's a presidency I can get behind. Do you think The Rock would have a chance? Brother, not only would he have a chance, he is guaranteed to win. If The Rock ran tomorrow, it would be over for Biden and Trump. He is one of the few cultural figures left that polls well in both parties. He would win without a doubt. It's idiocracy, but he would definitely do it. As long as he didn't run as an independent. We still have entrenched parties. He'd have to run as a party, but if he did Democrat or Republican and just said like, I don't care about politics, I'm doing this for the people. And I want everyone to have Terramana in their homes. His vice president is just like one of those Duolingo type mascots, but it's Terramana. It's a big fucking Terramana mascot. He'd do it. He'd do it no problem. Mr. Beast could win. He's not old enough, but he could if he was 35. I genuinely think Taylor Swift would win if she ran. She'd have a good shot. She's very loved on both parties. She's a woman. That would be tougher. There'd be a natural sexism. Versus Biden Trump, she'd have a very solid shot. But also, she's not 35. I don't think. The Rock and T Swift ticket versus Cuban and Mr. Beast. The Rock and Taylor Swift. That's incredible star power on one ticket. Versus Mark Cuban and Mr. Beast. That's a tough one. I really don't know. Because I think Cuban and Beast, I mean, they could run a mean campaign. You know, Cuban would have a slight bit more legitimacy than the three other pure celebrities. So he could like play that up and be like, I'm the responsible option. Mr. Beast would be going fucking hard on YouTube too. The shorts, doing a poll. Let's go. I want to know. We are a representative of America right now. Oh, it's a Cuban Beast tweet. We're Cuban biased, I think, in this. We watch enough Shark Tank. I feel like we're Cuban Beast. We're also terminally online watch Mr. Beast. Cuban Beast are definitely the Republican ticket. Yeah, I mean, of these two, T Swift is not running as a Republican, so Rock T Swift will be the Democratic Party. Mr. Beast, dude. I launched 100 nukes at every country. The last person from each country. Picture this ticket, but when the Rock and T Swift lose, all the Swifties and Rock fans do it January 6th. Holy shit. Yeah, I didn't even think about this. We should probably vote Rock T Swift because if they lose, they're way more dangerous. If Cuban and Beast lose, I feel like they're going to take the loss. If Rock T Swift lose, we have a fucking full-on civil war. We have an insurrection. I think Cuban will be an actually good president. I think that Mark Cuban, I would happily vote for him. Like, I kind of hope he runs. I don't think he would be a good president in, I don't know, I feel like post-Carter, all presidents have been downhill. Carter was a good guy, mediocre president. But after that, it's been downhill. I guess Clinton in the 90s, outside of like sexual scandals, which is really just, I guess he cheated on his wife. Outside of that, which is unrelated to his offensive presidency, Clinton balanced the budget. Biden has been decent so far too. There's things I like about what Biden has done. Biden has put some good people in charge of certain antitrust things. He did get out of Afghanistan. He openly supported unions. He's done some stuff, but he's also fucking old. And also maybe it's not just him, but his whole team clearly sees Trump as such an existential threat that they are willing to like do many long-term bad things for short-term gain to try to prop up the economy in order to help win the election. And he certainly did not cut back on the massive government overspending that we're all gonna have to pay for. It was just borrowing from future generations to make their life worse for now. You know, he's done things like drain the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, like to unprecedentedly low levels to try and keep gas prices down in time for elections, and then promised to buy back and refill it and then didn't do it. He's done things I really don't like, but like overall, I'm not a Biden hater. I think there's someone better than both Biden and Trump, and there's gotta be, right? So, hey man, gas was 310 where I am the other day. I will suck Biden's dick if it gets below 3. All right, Jack, we'll drain the rest. Drain the SPR and drain something else. Definitely no one was asking. Europeans trying to imagine these gas prices. We think they're high. Bro, go to Europe, try buying gas. Isn't the Strategic Petroleum Reserve exactly for the scenario of a land war in Europe? And Biden is filling it up. Look it up. Like, if you can count that as refilling it. It went from here to here. But like, to me, that's not refilling it. You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to see headlines that's like, he's buying 2 million barrels. But like 2 million barrels is not, we drained it from here to here. I think you're being misled by positive rah-rah headlines. And like they said a specific price. They said a specific price they're going to refill the whole thing, and they didn't do that. Like they specifically didn't do that. Why is the party system even a thing? I think it just makes people misjudge candidates to political parties because it helps you win. Political party helps you win the election. And also, nobody got time to understand all of the downline candidates. People just know the president at this point, barely. They don't even know the VP half the time. All these people that are running for fucking sheriff or comptroller or governor or whatever can just sweep in based on party, based on which party in the area is more popular. That's how they fucking abuse it. I definitely think, you know, like ranked choice voting would be dope. Yeah, there's like a lot of ways we could change the system to like disincentivize having to be a winner take all 2-party tribe system, but we don't do that. Also, just gerrymandering in general is fucked. Gerrymandering is so fucked because the whole entire goal of it is to entrench someone in power that the will of the people does not want there. Wait, I thought America was the best. No, they are. You're misunderstanding. I'm pro all this stuff. Gerrymandering is great. If there were more than 2 parties, how would the corporations know who to bribe? That's actually really true when you think about it. Like, it would be such a pain in the ass if they have to learn new parties every fucking year and figure out how to get in their system. And what a pain. Let's just keep it stable.